This is the Raw Life Health Show.
Hello everybody, this is Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show, and I'm so honored to have this next speaker because he's a great friend. His name is Michael Saiber, and he's the owner and founder of E-3 Live, Liquid Algae. His website is www.e3live.com. Brain On, E3 Live are just some of their great products. A lot of people are always asking about E3 Live. Mike, why don't you just explain what your product is and why you do what you do and why your algae is better than all the other algae out there?
Well, we harvest a Phanosomenon flossicra, which is the name of the aqua botanical.
Well, you're gonna have to say it a lot slower. This is a fun show. You're gonna say it slower. What was that big name you said?
Well, if you think of a phenomenon, this is a Phanosomenon flossicra.
A Phanosomenon? No. Okay.
You're close.
They call it AFA, right?
Yes. AFA, we call it E3. It's actually translated into invisible living flower of the water.
Okay, invisible living flower of the water.
And it's an amazing wild-grown food. And to answer your question as to what it does, it is actually an adaptogen. It works in very many ways. It's a plant that contains a huge amount of minerals, virtually every macro and micro mineral that there is. It contains most all the vitamins except E and C, and contains the amino acids in perfect balance, which are proteins. Contains over 67% plant protein, which is one of the highest in plants that exist, omega-3, omega-6 fatty acids, and a very large amount of chlorophyll.
Wow, and there's a lot of people out there, when I mention algae, there's many different strands, many different companies and types. What makes yours better than those? And I'm not asking you to say that yours is better. I'm telling the viewers it is the best, and I've been using it for years. And it's not just my opinion. I mean, anyone that's tried it, there's people that support it. Brian Clement, Gabriel Cousins, in their institutes and spas around the world. Tell us why yours is so great and why it gets the results it gets.
Well, I had been eating algae for very many years. I've been eating many different kinds of algae. I eat sea vegetables. I eat spirulina and chlorella over the years that I've tried. And I ate this years ago, not thinking it would do anything noticeable for me. It did. It did enough noticeable for me that it drew me up to the lake and got me involved with Tamara, who is the harvester and was harvesting the algae. When I got on the harvester, the first thing that I wanted to do is to try it in its fresh form, because I know from my years of since 1969 being up in Boston with Dr. Wigmore that eating something fresh or as close to fresh as possible has to be better than eating something that is dried or encapsulated. And that's where the actual E3 Live came from, the frozen liquid. I felt a huge difference, and most of the people that have been consuming this species of a Phanosomenon flossicra, this aqua botanical, when they tried the frozen liquid, they stick with that. They don't go back to the other. Also in harvesting, how it's handled, how it's dried, in the dry part, because we sell a lot of dried algae. People have been brought up since birth in our culture taking pills, so many people prefer taking pills. And there's also differences in the quality of the algae when it comes to the dried or the capsules.
Wow, okay, and what about the taste of it? You know, a lot of people say, okay, it sounds great, but what about the taste? I know you have different flavors now. You have original, which I prefer. But what about your taste? Can you tell people about the different flavors and how you came up with them?
Well, because the largest objection to it is the fact that it tastes very green, very full of chlorophyll. The people that want it to taste better, we put out a flavored version that contains agave and mint.
Wonderful. And there's two separate ones. There's agave, and then there's a separate one mint.
That's correct. And agave and mint. Yes.
And then there's Brain On, which you came out with too, which is even a more potent version of E3 Live. Is that correct?
Yes. What Brain On is the Aphanizomenon flausaqua has a pigment in it called phycocyanin. It's the blue pigment. Out of that phycocyanin comes actually a number of different extracts. One of the extracts contains elevated amounts of PEA. PEA is phenylethylamine, which is called affectionately the molecule of love. That being said, it works on mood enhancement and it works on brain function, memory, focus, all of those things that go along with that people have a great deal of lacking of.
Wonderful. And you've been eating a raw food diet now, for a lot of raw fruits and vegetables in your diet for quite a long time now, right? I know you've been doing this a long time.
Since the late 60s, when I went up to Boston and stayed at Hippocrates, Dr. Ann Wigmore's Hippocrates, that's when I changed and I tried a complete raw food diet.
And here's the most amazing testimonial for your product and what you do and what you know. I have to tell them, Mike, and I didn't ask you, so I hope this is okay. You got to tell everyone your age, man, because you look like you're maybe in your 40s, and you know, it's amazing. I mean, the man looks like he's in his 40s. I mean, look at his skin. I mean, this is like a week I'm interviewing all these people, good skin, because they're doing all these good things for their diet. But Mike, I hope you don't mind, because it's pretty amazing, and you're not a woman, so I know you won't mind. Tell everyone what your age is, and you guys might guess, maybe 40. Okay, maybe Paul's stretching it. Maybe he's in his early 50s. Mike, tell him.
I'm 68.
68 years old. 68 years old, and you know, it's amazing, and we all have the capability. You know, Mike, what's the top 3 tips you would tell somebody that's out there looking to improve their diet or overcome disease?
I would say try and be conscious of what you're doing. Eat a plant-based diet. Eat foods that are organic, if possible. Eat foods that are grown near you. And try to eliminate foods that are guaranteed to put you in a state of disease, that are guaranteed to cause you pain and suffering and an early death. And every stride that you make in that direction is beneficial. Don't necessarily try to go from a SAD, standard American diet, to a raw food diet. If you can do it, it's wonderful. It's the best that you can do. If you can't, every step you make towards that is an improvement. And remember that if you feel better, then everybody around you feels better. Your family that you're dealing with, the people that you're working with. So if we all strive to be better, take better care of ourselves, it'll benefit all of the people that we connect with in our lives.
It's a wonderful product, and people could check out your website at e3live.com. That's the letter E, the number 3, live. live.com. You
Yes.
can also get his product at my website at rawlife.com.
I want to say that any of your viewers that are listening to this that decide they want to try this, and I want to stress that anybody who tries this E3 Live or the Brain On, anything that they do, anything that they want, anytime up to 1 year, if they're not satisfied with the results, we refund all their money, unconditional guarantee.
100%.
100%.
Wow, what a great
And
claim.
anybody that mentions that they saw this video and orders and mentions Paul on that, we will give them a $25 jar of an extraordinary facial cleanser, organic facial cleanser.
Wow, wow. So mention Paul Neeson if you're going to place the order on E3 Live website, or call and mention my name. You'll get that free gift. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And that's great. Thank you so much for that, Mike. He's the most giving person out there.
So much toxins in the earth. E3 Live is for dessert. It's the right thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Get it and you will be the winner. E3 Live, you know, this is Joseph Israel. You gotta check it out. It's the real stuff, the real blue-green algae to give you the living energy, to help your body function in this time so we can have the positive liberty. So blessings and love, E3 Live for the right life. live life. Shalom.
All right. E-3 Live, Michael Saiber, check it out. This is Paul Neeson. We're at the Raw Life Health Show.
Nature's
And we'll see you
wealth,
again tomorrow.
good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life.